Good morning and welcome to another edition of the program. It's a beautiful day, as you can see. The weather is quite pleasant, and beyond that, today marks a double celebration, both the solar festivities and, of course, Children's Day. Are you a child?
I am a child.
You're a child. I'm not a child.
I'm a child because somebody gave birth to me.
Because you're a child. You're a child. Okay. Child. You're a children. Well, you can imagine how special that this day is. So make sure you enjoy yourself to the fullest because this unique combination is rare. I warmly welcome you to the Pulse, a program that explores the dynamics of good governance, politics, and the socio-economic well-being of the people. We are coming live to you across our FM stations in the southwest, comprising Premier FM 93.5, Paramount FM 94.5, Progress FM 100.5, Positive FM 102.5, Oguilu FM 89.3, and of course Gold FM 95.5. I am Dayo Adinga, your someone on the radio saying good morning, and reading with me on the show this morning is...
All right, Emilia Ojimudia, that is my name. It's so good to have you join us today with a double celebration. Barka da Sallah to our Muslim brothers and sisters out there. Well, speaking about that, no one is left out because you are either celebrating with the children or with the Muslim faithful, of course. Now, spending quality time with family and friends is actually good for the body and mind as it helps improve mental well-being. Well, with that, it brings us to today's discussion, which focuses on improving mental health amidst societal expectations. Now, in a world where people are constantly pressured to succeed, meet expectations, maintain appearances, and keep up with the fast pace of life, many individuals silently struggle with stress, anxiety, emotional exhaustion, and self-doubt. Society often places demands on us through family, work, culture, social media, and economic realities, leaving many people feeling overwhelmed and mentally drained. We couldn't have said it any better.
Well, but amid these pressures, amid these realities, how can individuals protect their mental well-being? How can the society create a healthier spaces where people are supported rather than judged? And why is it that important? Why is it so important to speak openly about mental health now more than ever? These are some of the important questions we will be exploring on today's edition of the program. Stay with us as we discuss practical ways to improve mental health while navigating the expectations and realities of the society. But before we dive into the topic, let's take a look at what the papers are saying today.
All right, we have The Nation, the Vanguard, and the Punch newspaper. I hope those are the papers you also have. All right, we're going to kickstart with The Nation. Tinubu pledges improved security in Eid message. And Vanguard, Unity Cup, Nigeria beat Zimbabwe 2-0, qualify for final. NAF airstrikes hit terrorist logistics base strongholds in Sambisa. And
from the Punch newspaper, I have Idil Kabil celebrations. IG orders massive security deployment nationwide. Plus, Oyo abduction, CDS deploys spy aircraft, special forces. That's all we have for you. Get those newspapers, The Nation, Vanguard, and The Punch to get the full stories.
All right. These were put together by Taiwo Akinola.
Glad to know you're still there listening to The Pulse on the Southwest Network of Radio Nigeria. And back to our topic for today, improving mental health amidst societal expectations. Societal expectations, yes. Now, what are societal expectations? Societal expectations, I beg your pardon, influence much of our daily behavior and life choices, shaping identities, personal milestones, and aspirations. When these external pressures do not align with personal desires and values, they can significantly affect mental health. This shows that the psychological state of the society is influenced by economic, political, social, cultural, and environmental realities.
Now, the World Health Organization, WHO, defines mental health as a state of well-being that enables people cope with the stresses of life, realize their abilities, learn and work effectively, and also contribute meaningfully to their communities. To further explain some of the likely factors affecting the psychological state of the society, let's hear what Dorcas has to say in this talk by her.
This is not just a country, it is a waiting room of dreams, a land where hope wakes early but returns home tired, a place where laughter often hides unpaid bills, where smiles wear uniforms of silent suffering. Listen, can you hear the heartbeat of the street? As a market woman, every morning I price tomatoes like I'm solving mathematics. Yesterday's money cannot buy today's pepper. I smile for customers, but inside me lives fear. Fear of sickness, fear of hunger, fear of tomorrow. Still, I say, God day. Because if I stop believing, what remains? As a young graduate, I carry certificates like trophies, but opportunities avoid me, like rain avoiding dry land. Keep trying, they say. So I try and try and try again. Yet every rejection letter writes another one on my confidence. Sometimes I stare at the ceiling at night and wonder, am I the problem or is the system broken? As a civil servant, salary comes late, but responsibilities arrive early. Transport rises, food rises, school fees rise. Only the worker remains in one place. We survive by calculation, half salary to rent, half to feeding, and the remaining half to prayers. So tell me, how does a man divide himself into three halves? Mothers would say our children now grow up learning survival before childhood. A child hears there is no money more than lullaby. Many homes are smiling outside, but breaking quietly indoors. Fathers are exhausted, mothers are anxious, children are confused, and society asks us, why are people angry? Because pressure has been sitting on our chests for years. As youth, we joke on social media, not because life is funny, but because laughter is the only medicine we can still afford. We turn pain into memes, depression into comedy, frustration into trend. Yet, behind every joke may be a tired soul begging not to give up. Nigeria, a nation of strong people who were never given permission to rest. People keep moving, even when emotionally wounded. They dance at weddings while battling anxiety. They clap in churches while carrying invisible burdens. They say I am fine because society taught them that vulnerability is weakness. But hear this, even the strongest wall cracks under pressure. They are tired of surviving without living, tired of fear wearing many faces, fear of the future, fear of insecurity, fear of failure, fear of being forgotten. Yet, somehow, we still wake up, still hustle, still pray, still hope, because buried beneath the hardship is a stubborn belief that tomorrow can be better. And perhaps healing begins the day society stops pretending, the day we speak openly, about stress, trauma, exhaustion, and pain. Their leaders listen not only to statistics but to human hearts. They, Nigerians, are allowed not just to survive but to breathe. May the nation heal, may the people heal, may hope return, not as a slogan but as reality.
Well, that was a talk from Dokas, one of our interns here in Premier FM, Radio Nigeria Ibadan, on the likely factors affecting the mental health of the society. As the Holy Book says, hope deferred makes the heart sick. The weight of societal expectations on the mental state of people cannot be overemphasized. Now, turning our attention to an issue many people experience but often struggle to explain it: emotional distress within society, across communities, homes, workplaces, and even among young people. These pressures of daily living, economic hardship, insecurity, and social expectations can quietly affect people's emotional well-being.
That's right. Now, sometimes these struggles manifest in different ways, such as increased anger, anxiety, depression, hopelessness, isolation, impatience, substance abuse, or even the inability to find joy in things that once brought someone happiness. Now, when these signs become widespread, they may indicate that society itself is emotionally distressed. Well, it's now time for us to join Oluseyi Olarinde from Premier FM as she brings us this report.
The various challenges ranging from stress, trauma, anxiety, and depression emanating from some abnormalities from the society, such as terrorism, kidnapping, and economic downturn, among others, can pose a lot of challenges to human and in general the society. When people are down emotionally, the feelings differ and the ways of approach to problems employed by people are numerous. Some respondents in an interview with Radio Nigeria shared their experiences when being emotionally down and the coping mechanisms they employ.
I'm a business person. Each time I try to gather money to go to the market to buy stuff, I get there, thing has escalated. It's not what you buy today that you buy tomorrow. It has affected my mental health. So how do I source for another fund to buy other things that are still needed in my shop? It's because one is still alive that one can still do this.
With the challenges facing Nigeria, even mentally, it's always annoying. Even I will be sad that I'll come. But the only thing I do is that I need to calm myself down.
They advised the people to be in charge of their feelings towards any situation facing them before they get out of hand. Dr. Oluwafisayo Adebimpe is a clinical psychologist and also Deputy Dean Student Affairs, Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, LAUTECH.
Some people they have what we call anxiety disorders, and some they have depressive symptoms. These depressive symptoms, they might even lose interest in pleasurable activities. They become withdrawn, they become sad. Some might even become suicidal when their businesses are not forthcoming. They are not making money as the breadwinner of the family. The wife would disrespect them if the landlord is on their neck. Also, women go into hard labor. At least they want to make sacrifice for their family.
Dr. Adebimpe advised that deliberate steps and actions should be taken about being emotionally and psychologically balanced.
Having a good mental health doesn't mean that you will not feel sad, that you'll not be anxious, or you'll not be vulnerable at any point in time. It means you can generally bounce back from difficulties.
Dr. Adebimpe called on the society not to ignore mental health distress, but to seek support from loved ones and seek professional help in order to manage their emotions better. I am Oluseyi Olarinde, Premier FM, Ibadan.
All right, thank you very much, Oluseyi Olarinde from Premier FM for that report. Well, as society continues to evolve, the emotional challenges people face have become more complex. from unemployment and financial instability to academic pressure, relationship struggles, social expectations, and uncertainty about the future. These experiences can deeply affect mental health and overall quality of life.
However, amid these challenges, there is still hope. Healthy coping strategies such as open communication, emotional support, community engagement, self-care, counseling, and positive social relationships can help individuals navigate difficult moments and build emotional resilience. Now, beyond individual efforts, the role of government, institutions, families, schools, religious bodies, and workplace are also their roles are very, very important. Now, creating mental health awareness, providing accessible support services, promoting social welfare, and building safe and supportive environments are necessary steps towards improving social mental health. Now, to shed more light on this, our colleague Olanike Banji from Progress FM, that's in Ado-Ekiti, right? Yes. Okay. He engaged a clinical and mental health psychologist, Dr. Adedotun Ajiboye. Let's hear.
Thank you for coming on the program. What are the emotional challenges people are facing today when we talk about mental health, improving it to meet societal expectations?
Thank you very much. In a nutshell, our mental health is talking about your emotion, your thoughts, and your behavior. The moment one's mental health is affected negatively, we can be saying that person is having poor mental health. And when there are societal pressures or negative societal expectation, then there's possibility for these three areas I've mentioned, that is your thoughts, your emotions, and your behavior, to be affected. In the like of maybe somebody having anxiety, even before anxiety, maybe it starts with fear. The person will begin to have fear for what he was not fearing before. There will be agitation, there will be loss of concentration, there may be sleeplessness, what we call insomnia, or other sleep disorders. At the same time, the person may be having palpitation, panic attack. If all these I've mentioned are not well taken care of, there's possibility of hallucination or any of the psychotic symptoms, hallucination, delusion, and all that. So our mental health has to do with the way we think, the way we feel, and the way we behave. But if there are pressures on us, there is possibility for these three areas to be negatively affected, which we call poor mental health, or in the future, or if care is not taken, it can lead to mental disorder.
Thank you so much, sir. With all of this you've mentioned so far, what are the coping strategies that can help people manage this emotional pressure that you've just mentioned?
I think the first thing is that somebody should discover himself, because what you don't discover, you can't recover from. Everybody, either you are in the health sector, as far as you are a human being, you have to be intentional about your mental health. And if you look at the World Health Organization definition of health, it's looking at our health in three angles. That is your physical health, your mental health, and your social well-being. But with experience, people just focus mainly on their physical health and neglect their mental health, even their social well-being. So it is important that apart from taking care of your leg, taking care of your stomach, taking care of your back, or maybe some of the organs being affected, you should also take care of the way you think, take care of the way you feel, observe the way you feel, and ask yourself, am I behaving well? So the first thing is to discover. When you discover that the way I grudge people, bitterness in my heart, unforgiveness, anxiety, all those negative emotions, not that maybe your spouse even discover it on your behalf, or your children, or your co-workers, you discover it by yourself. The recovery is very near. But the moment you don't discover, or you are denying some of this manifestation, then recovery may not come in time. So first thing is discovery. Then number two is that you have self-care. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. What you don't love, you can't take good care of. So if you practice self-love, sometimes apart from hugging your spouse, hug yourself. Speak something positive to yourself. I'm good. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm a special being, a solution provider to my generation. Say something good about you. Yeah, maybe you have been hearing negative from people around you, maybe expectation of the society. You have been hearing negative things about yourself, and those things are not true, or some could be true. Even if they are true, there can be a change. So say something positive about yourself. Love yourself. Don't hate yourself. Because when that hate of oneself persists, it can lead to suicide. So self-love. The another thing is that you practice what we call mindfulness technique. There are a lot of distractions in our environment. There are a lot of things that is calling for attention. There are a lot of demands here and there. Then you should try as much as possible to always come to yourself. Bring your mind to yourself. And that's what mindfulness techniques is all about. One of the techniques that is called grounding technique. For example, now, there are 5 senses in every human being. The sense of hearing, the sense of seeing, touching, taste, and the other one. You try to ask yourself, if you are under anxiety, you can ask yourself, okay, I know this, I don't know what to do at this point in time, but what are 5 things I can see? I can see wall, I can see fan, then leave there, go to the next one. What are the 4 things I can hear? Okay? The sound of car, and that. So the moment you are asking yourself these questions, your mind is coming back to yourself. Yeah. And at that time, emotional intelligence comes in. You are not perturbed, you are not confused. Then you'll be able to make decisions that are worthwhile. But why people make some rash decisions is because they are threatened and they didn't pause. They didn't come to themselves. So that's why you see somebody going to take a knife and dagger his fellow human being. That's why somebody is afraid, is angry more than necessary. In Yoruba, they say, somebody made you to be hungry, but doing something that is weird is not the solution. So, but we should be able to come to ourselves anytime we are under prayer. We should be able to come to ourselves by using some of this technique. Then go to see a professional to help you solve the problems.
Thank you so much, sir. The last question I have for you this morning before I let you go, what are the roles you think government and other institutions can play in improving the societal mental health?
Yeah, like what your organization is doing, what your station is doing is a very good one. Awareness. And we have to give kudos to Radio Nigeria. They're always bringing up topics that has to do with mental health. So mental health in Africa is an area that people begin to merge it with spirituality. There's a thin line between spirituality and mental health. Sometimes it looks like spirituality. For example, now if you see somebody talking to himself, you may say, this person is under satanic or whatever. It's just a distortion in the brain faculty. The brain has been tortured. Maybe some things are not working well. There are some imbalances of the hormones in the brain. And as a result of that, the person is hallucinating or that auditory or whatever. So if the person is brought to the hospital and they give him antipsychotic, and that will be solved. Major thing is awareness. Prevention is better and less expensive than cure. So if all of us are intentional about our mental health, we know what our mental health is all about, I think that will help us to cope well with societal expectation. There should be more attention as per financial empowerment, because some of the antipsychotic drugs are very expensive. Some may not be able to afford it. So if there could be subsidy and things like that, so that people will be able to access facility, and with addiction issues, for example, now addiction treatment is highly expensive if it's not well subsidized. So people may have an addiction issue. If they don't have money to go to the hospital, that suggests the addiction increases, and that can destroy somebody's destiny.
Thank you so much, Dr. Adedotun Ajiboye.
barefoot through the streets so clear. No worries then, just endless play. We stayed outside till the end of the day. We built our dreams in the firelight glow, where every story seemed to grow. We never knew how time could change, or how the world would rearrange. Now everyone is far away, living different lives each day. We don't speak the way we used to do, but I still remember you.
Okay, Cheche Kule, lovely one there by Simi. Well, I hope you enjoy the music as we are enjoying it here. This is where we shall be drawing the curtains on today's edition of the program, The Pulse. Thank you so much for listening. Do join us again next week, Wednesday at 10 o'clock for another insightful package. We sincerely appreciate the contributions from all our FM stations, Southwest, talking about Progress FM today, and of course, Paramount FM, and of course Premier FM.
Exactly.
Thank you very much for that.
Those were the contributors, yes. Okay, special thanks to our management team, our Zonal Director, Mr. Olufemi Fulani, Reverend Ni Downsi, and not forgetting Mr. Adewumi Faniro. My name is Emilia Ujimudia. Do celebrate wisely and free your mind from societal expectations and norms that can affect your emotional and psychological well-being.
This edition of The Pulse was produced by and packaged by Ibijoke Ufondu. Thank you very much. I want to say thank you for the fingers on the console as well. Victoria, am I correct? Victoria. My name is Dayo Adinwazen. Happy Eid al-Adha and happy Children's Day celebration. And from my colleague.
All right, he said it all. Enjoy the celebrations.
Life does not always stay the same. People change and paths rearrange. Some days are strong, some days are weak. Some days the heart forgets to speak.
Being a part of Africa's largest radio network is so much to cherish. A radio station promoting the core values of our existence as a nation. Shall we? Premier FM. We set the pace and hold the ace.
Okay, 10:30. We set the pace, hold the ace on Premier 93.5 FM. And we are glad to rejoice with you on today's edition of Eid al-Adha. And I was coming from home this morning and the light was just woof, like that. It's still on from around 10 minutes past 5 till I left home around 6:45. It's still there. And I was just like, this is a great celebration. So as we celebrate, I also remember to do the needful. And I know that's what Odogu is ready to tell us on the program today. Happy Salah, Odogu.
Happy Salah. Yes, I'm happy you made that very complimentary statement. You know, sometimes when there's no light and people will
we complain.
You complain.
So now when there is light, so we rejoice.
I mean, give us the credit.
Yes.
Just a pat on our back. I will be ready to do more.
Being the ambassador, you must campaign.
21st, it's not campaigning. It's not Ara.
No, he's saying the truth.
No,
but at the same time.
Ara, you say campaigning.
It is campaigning because you have to rub their ego. Easy as you come by.
No. Ara. I am talking about the substance.
Yes.
The substance is that in real life there's light. So it's not a campaign.
But in the real sense of it, honestly, it's been like that for like 2 weeks now.
Good.
People have been enjoying great electricity supply.
So I'm happy to hear this. As an ambassador, I'll take it to the bank and then take it to the...
I'm telling you, if Madam Reggie is hearing, that's the truth.
She's listening. Every other person that matters are also listening
that's
to
the
us.
truth. And celebrating the Salah with so much abundance of it, that means no dull moment. People don't have money to go out. At least the little subscription they made.
Yeah,
let them enjoy it. Exactly.
Watch
movies and the rest like that.
Are also related.
All right, so welcome to the show with our own Transformer of Oro himself, our own Odogu Parana. Don't worry, you'll meet full ground. Happy celebrations.